Okay, welcome back. We are going to start out with choosing our color palettes. So I brought you over here to Adobe Color, and Adobe Color allows us to create color palettes that, again, we can choose, any color palette we like. We're only going to be using 3 colors for our airport tags. So when you're thinking about that, just keep that in mind. We're really just focusing on 3 colors. So for example, if I chose a split complementary, I'm really looking at the 2 purples and the green. So let's say this is what I'm going to use, the 2 purples and a green. I'm going to go ahead and over here, it allows me to create a library. I already have a library and it's called Type Class. And so I'm going to call this Project 1 COD. Save. So I've just saved this color palette, and I'm going to go now into my Illustrator file. I'm going to open up Illustrator, and I'm going to show you where this is at. I've opened up my template file that you guys have, this exact same template file in up in Blackboard, and I'm going to go to Window, Libraries. All right. And so then once I'm in Libraries, you can either create a new library or look for your recent. So I'm going to go to Type Class, and here are all my libraries I've created. And so here's the one I just created for Project COD. So now I'm going to go and choose which one of the templates I want to use. I only want to use one of these templates. So I'm going to zoom in to template 1. This is the one I want to use, template 1. And so what I'm going to do is go to my layers window, and you can see all of the templates. Each one has its own layer. I'm going to just turn the eyes off of the others and just have layer 1. I'm going to take layer 1 and open it. Again, there's a delete me layer. This delete me layer is where the placeholder is, just showing me where it needs to go. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it. I'm going to select 1, create a new layer, put it here in layer 1, and I'm going to call this my art. So my art is going to come over, and that's where I'm going to put I'm going to pretend this is my logo. Okay, so here's my logo. I'm going to just scale it. So I'm holding the Shift key down when I use the scale tool so that it doesn't scale not proportionately. So I'm always using the Shift key when I go to scale, and I always grab the corner. That keeps it proportionate. We don't want to accidentally stretch or squish our logos. Okay, so now I just want to walk you through. So you're going to grab the direct selection tool, which is the white arrow, and you can select the different parts of your luggage tag. Now I'm going to pull up my color palette that I just made, and I have 3 colors I can choose from. I have a green, a bright pink, and a darker purple. I guess it's more of a bright purple and a darker purple and a green. So perhaps I'm going to say and of course you always have the white of paper. So you can always use white as a color, the color of paper. Oop, I thought I was hitting white. I accidentally didn't. White is a free color. Don't forget that you can use white because that's what color the paper is that we print on. So here's my logo here, and then I'm going to take the direct selection tool and grab the different parts of, and you're just going through and selecting the different pieces. If you grab with the white arrow, it allows you to grab just bits and pieces versus the whole document. And when you select a rule, a line, you need to not choose fill, you need to choose the line, the stroke. And sometimes to select things, you might need to zoom in, and you can just zoom in tighter. And right now, everything is locked together. If you can see, if I select with the black selection tool, and I want to just get at the word order, it's selecting everything. I can go up here to object and say ungroup. Once I do that, it allows me to just select the word, which is the word order, and I want to change that to white. You want to have things have good contrast so we can see them. You don't need to add an order number. You don't need to add anything in addition. You know, I noticed these aren't using that, don't have the little airplane on them. I think I didn't give you guys the most recent version of this. Hold on a second. Let me see if I have accidentally uploaded the wrong one. Or that's process book template. What am I saying? Luggage type template. Don't have the little guy either. I had new ones created. I had that had a little airplane on them. I don't understand why these don't have that. Let me just see if I can give you guys that one as a choice too. Where the one with the little airplanes went. I had one with had little airplanes on it. I wonder where those went. Well, if I find it, I will look for it. I don't know where that went. I had ones that had little airplanes on it. I don't know where they went. But back to our one we're working on. So, you know, once you get this everywhere you want it, you know, every way you want it to be, then you want to just have, I don't want you to save it with all the extra artboards. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and take the artboards you're not using and just select them and hit the garbage can and delete them. Because you're not, you know, you're not using those layers. Oh, I did the layers, and you're not going to use those artboards. You can just delete them. So then you're down to just having one artboard with your artwork on it. So when you're saving this for final submission, and then you're going to go to File, Save As, and you're going to put that in your project one final artwork folder on your OneDrive, and you want to go ahead and save that as a PDF, an Adobe PDF. Do you have a question, Carla?
Yeah, are there any colors you want us to stay away from?
Nope.
Okay.
All colors are of the rainbow are for you to choose from. I just want you to choose 3 max. Now you can also use tints of that color. So let's say, for example, let's say I'm using this green and I want to use a lighter version of this green. I could do that if I wanted to do like a tone on tone stripe or something. You know, you could do that. And you saw some from some of the examples I shared with you. And see the summer of the samples, you know, like there's examples of, you know, doing that kind of tone on tone stripe. So there's an example of that. Let's see, as you've all seen.
So the color mode's going to be CMYK then?
You can make it, we're going to be reviewing it online, so you can make it RGB.
Okay.
We're going to have everything, we're going to be seeing everything online. We're not printing anything. So for our purposes, you can do it RGB. Because we're always going to be looking at it on the screen. If you want to print it out, you would want to save it CMYK for your portfolio. If there's a so this is the tag I'm looking for. See how it has a little has a little airplane there. I don't know where my templates with the airplane went. I feel like they've disappeared. I'll look for them while you guys are working. So I'm gonna, if there are any other questions, I'll answer them. Otherwise, I'm gonna let you guys have a little work time. I can put you, we can stay together as a full group and just have some work time. You guys can work. I can, you can share your screen if you're having any questions or issues. I can put you in your small groups and you can work in your small groups and have those small group meetings. What would you like to do?
I have a question. That only one, right? The final one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if I have download my own airplane, can I use that?
Yes.
Anywhere on my design, right?
Yes.
Good.
Not a problem. I had ones with airplanes. I don't know where they've gone to. I don't know where they've gone to. I'm so confused. I'm like, where did my airplanes go? I had ones with little airplanes on them. I'll look for them while you guys are working. I'll see if I can find it. I'm gonna stop sharing.
And we just pick one of the 5 shapes, right? We don't do one
Yep.
of each. Okay.
You don't do one of each. No, no, no. You just choose one. Whatever one suits your fancy, you know, whichever one you feel is the right look and feel for your design. You know, some of us that have more vertical, like I'm thinking of Isha, I'm thinking of yours, you might want to have more one of these more vertical designs because of, you know, working with that vertical design of your mark. If yours is more horizontal, you might want to choose one of the more horizontal tags. That's why I kind of have tags that are both orientations, or horizontal and vertical. So whatever one, you know, kind of feels right for the look of your logo.
Can we do multiple variations of a tag?
You sure can.
Okay.
So for next class, now that, you know, we're going to do another round of kind of working on hierarchy and thinking about the hierarchy for our airport names with our refined tag marks. And then now you can start putting them on the tag. Again, it's just as looking at colors, you know, looking at colors, looking at tags, and we'll look at those on Thursday. Yeah, sorry, in a moment. On Thursday, we'll look at those and see variations of which ones you're thinking of. And like I said, you have a lot of freedom to kind of, you know, play with the color. You can add some stripes and you can add little details to make it feel more travel-y, and then you can look at the samples I've given you. You can look online for samples. There's a lot of really great luggage tag samples out online and get a feel for different looks and feels. And if you're having any issues with Illustrator or how to use the template, you know, I'm here to answer any of those questions. While you're doing that, I'll look and see if I can't find my templates that have the little airplanes in them. And is everyone seeing how to use the libraries? I don't know. I don't know what happened with my computer last class when it wasn't working, but you can see how quite easy it is to set up that library for your color palettes now. You can also add things like your typefaces into those libraries and things like that. So you could create a library for each project in our class, like project 1, project 2, project 3, and so on and so forth, and create a color palette, the typefaces you're using, all of that. Any questions as we're working? And don't forget with the Adobe Color, you can also put a photo in of your place and pull colors like from a photo. So if you have like a fantastic photo of your location and you really like the colors, you can pop that photo into Adobe Color and it'll pull the colors right from that photo, which can be very cool. Oh, I found it. I found it. Good. Let me download it. Found the tag. It's waiting. This is the new one with the airplanes. I'll upload this right now so you guys can grab it. It'll be in 1 minute. I'll have it for you. Does anyone also, if you have any questions about the process book, I'm happy to answer those as well. How's it been going? Has anyone started putting their process book together? Have any questions cropped up? Okay, I just put up in our project one form and counter form project folder. It'll be at the very bottom. There's below the luggage tag template, there's luggage tag template 2.1 airplane. That's the template that has the little airplanes on it. If you'd like to use that one, you can use either one, but if you want the ones with the airplanes, I put that up there for you. We'll have until 9 o'clock to keep our works time, and then the quiz will open up at 9 o'clock for the type anatomy quiz. And so have about 7 minutes or so yet for our work time. Any questions that have cropped up at all, let me know.
I have one.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you could take a look at my mark. I'll put it in my Slack. I tried to redo the finials on the ends of my, so like advice on those. I'm having trouble with getting the P right.
Okay. What typeface are you starting with again for the P?
Utopia.
Utopia. Okay. All right, I'm gonna bring it into Illustrator real quick. You know what, I'm wondering, can you, is it in your OneDrive? Could you save
No,
it
but
to
I
your
can.
OneDrive?
Yeah.
Actually, save it to your OneDrive, because I want to open up your Illustrator file, and I'll share my screen with you.
Thank you.
Nice, and showing me the OneDrive.
Okay, I just put it in there.
Can you throw a link to your OneDrive or message?
Oh
me
wait, sorry. Yeah, I put the wrong one in there. 1 second.
You don't need to do that. That didn't work. Oh, that's why. That's why. I did it in the wrong place. Oh.
Okay, I put the airport names in, and you wanted me to send a link to my.
I got it.
Okay.
I just had to re-sign in. It's just making me re-sign in. They had signed me out. That's the problem. Okay. Which one is it?
The airport names. Rough.
Just gonna download this real quick. Thank you. And I'm going to share my screen so you can see.
Thank you.
Can you see it? Is it
Yeah.
Okay, so here's your file, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just going to say, which typeface are we using again?
Utopia.
Utopia, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you using as your inspiration for the finials?
What do you mean?
Well, what are you using to create these shapes? Like, where are they coming from? Where are you
Oh,
looking? Where
the
did that come from?
X already had them on there.
it.
And the P, if I remember correctly, I think I just tried to copy and paste it off of
The X.
something and then from the font and adjust it.
Got
But
it.
yeah.
Got it. Okay, so what I'm doing is that's why I wanted to know where you got them, because I wanted to see what they were originally looking like. So we could kind of,
Yeah.
kind of maybe pull back. So
Mhm.
here's the italic standard.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Let's see, what size do you have that at? I'm going to make the actual typeface just a different color so we can see it.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that outlines. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm going to make some duplicates because
Yep.
rather than like reinventing the wheel, you're better off just using the real thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm taking the direct selection tool. So the direct selection tool is the white fill.
Mhm.
And I'm just taking the original X.
Yeah.
And I'm now cropping just the part I want. You
Mhm.
see that? So now I have the actual piece I want.
Mhm.
And then what I'm going to do is come over here and nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to use the rotate tool and kind of get it where I want it.
Mhm.
So how do you have yours made? Okay, I'm going to pull that off. Come over here.
Hi, Amy.
Yes.
Where can we find the quiz? I'm sorry.
Where can we find what?
The quiz.
Oh, it should be. Second. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull up Blackboard. So if you go into assignments and projects, item is hidden. Oh, what time is it? 9:02. It should be showing. Okay. Let's see why it's not showing. I'm not sure. Edit the test options. Why are you guys not seeing it? Today's the 15th, 9 p.m. Well, let's try 8 p.m. Maybe it's on a different time zone. I don't know what time zone this thing is on. Maybe that's it. Submit. Can you see it now? It still says item is hidden from students. Make available. Can you see it? Now you should see it. I said make available. Did that work? It's under assignments and projects.
Yes, I can see it.
You can see it? Okay.
Yep.
There you go, everybody. And yeah, and so it's open. And it'll be open till 9:30. Goes till 9:30. I can make it go longer though if we need to. So what I'm showing you, Aurora, is that I think what I would do is come in here. See how now I have the proper shape?
Yeah.
And then I'm taking and let's see, how do you have this built? What do you got going here? And I'm just going to pull this down. You know, trying to get it to curve nicely, right, into the shape.
Yeah.
And so then once I feel like, okay, that's what I want, you're going to take the two, click on both of them, right, like this.
Hmm.
And you're going to go to Pathfinder. This is Pathfinder.
Yeah.
And you're going to merge them.
Mm.
And then you got one
Mhm.
item.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Does that make sense? So then if
Yeah.
you look at that to what, this is what you had before,
Hmm.
it just needed more of a tail. It needed to come down more. And even this is still not great, but we can kind of then come in here and still kind of play with it a little bit. Get it
Yeah.
where you want it. Maybe you would do want it to go a little narrower. Maybe it does need to kind of go a little narrower so it feels more like it's playing with that. You know, and you can kind of
Yeah.
play with that a little bit, but leave the fin, you know, the actual the finial alone so that it
Hmm. Yeah.
that edge right there.
Thank you.
And so like if you don't like that extra point right there, you can also go up here to the minus pen tool. And like I don't like
Mhm.
that extra point there and get rid of it. And
Yeah.
then add, you know, get a better curve there. That's a better curve.
Hmm.
So you see how that feels?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would do the same thing then, the exact same thing for each one of these. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
So
they
they all
kind of,
match.
they'll all match, exactly. So like on this one, take all of those off, get rid of that. Okay, so then you have, you can refigure that, and then you can take this and copy it, dupe it,
Hmm.
rotate it, or the other way, right? And then use your rotate tool, get it where it should be. And so then it's also showing me that we probably should adjust that curve, right?
Hmm.
Get that curve to work with the actual, if you're very close, but I think it's the curve on this that is causing you more issues.
Hmm.
Anyway, you get the idea. And then once you have
Yeah.
it the way you want it, use the Pathfinder tool here and merge the shapes, okay? Unite them, the unite tool.
Awesome.
And then
Thank
you
you.
see how this, those will just all feel like more consistent.
Hmm.
Good.
Yeah, I see that. Thanks.
You're welcome. Save that. So you guys should all see that typographic anatomy. Is the quiz working? Everyone able to access the questions, okay?
I can.
Yes.
Can, okay, thank you. Okay, it's just the first time I've made a quiz in Blackboard, so I just want to make sure it's all working. And as soon as you're done with the quiz, you can just keep working on your homework, on your code, on your color and your putting your airport codes into your refinements. Make sure if, once you're done with the quiz, if you haven't put your exercise 2 measurement up in the assignment Dropbox, make sure you do that today. And you get the measurement, and it's the measurement worksheet that is due today. So make sure you put that up, and it's just you're attaching it, you're going into the, again, to the assignments and projects section of the Blackboard, and you're attaching your PDF to the assignment Dropbox. I see that some of them are missing.
If I put my tag on Slack, could you look at it real
Yeah,
quick?
definitely. That was Tim, right?
Yeah.
Let me know when it's up.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, it should be there.
Okay, I see it.
I saw you said you only
That
want it
looks
to be
really
3 colors, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Well,
thank you, whoever said that.
4. You're technically 4, but
Am I? Oh, yeah, I
Well,
am.
yeah, you're technically 4. So maybe make one of them a tint of one of the other colors. You know what I mean? Like white you can do for free, right? Because white's the color of papers, but you have your
Mhm.
navy blue, you have the cream, the green, and the red. So technically you have 4. So if you were to take one color, make it maybe a tint of one of the other colors. Like maybe the navy blue, you do a tint of that maybe instead of the green.
Okay,
I think that'd be an easy fix.
sounds good.
But the only thing and it's probably because International Airport is such a long, it feels, I know you're doing it like flush right and flush left. I
Mhm.
think I would just make the word International Airport the full width of the PAB, the full width of your mark.
Okay,
Because it just is like a little bit off. And again, your mark is so big and bold, I think you could get away with having that International Airport just a little bigger, but the full width of the mark, edge to edge.
okay.
I think I would do that. But I like the stripe you added. I like it. It's nice. The white box feels a little stark. I'd maybe do it as a tint of the cream, so it's not quite white, but it's still a little creamy. Maybe not as dark as the background cream, but just like a tint of it, like 10% or something.
Okay. How do I
How do you make
how
it
would
a
I make a
percentage?
tint, I guess? Yeah.
Okay. So hold on a second. In Illustrator, you need to make your color a spot color. So when you're in Illustrator, I'll show you guys. Just share my screen real quick for you.
Mhm.
Okay, so when you're in, are you seeing this? You are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in Illustrator. So you're using your library, I'm assuming you made a palette. And so you picked a color. So here's your color. And it's from your library. So I'm going to need to go to, so now I'm looking at I'm going to go up here, window, swatches. I want you to open the swatches menu. Okay. And so here's the color I pulled from my library, and I'm going to go file. I'm sorry, swatches. I'm going to go up to the menu and go new swatch. And it says color type process color. I'm going to call it a spot color. I'm also going to make this RGB. I'm going to make it a spot color and say, okay. So now it's here in my swatches menu. And once it's in there, I can double click on it as, say, okay. Now I'm going to window color, my color. And now that I have, so it's a couple windows you got to have open. You got to have your swatches and your color. But you can see, I'm trying to move my window open. You can see now I can choose a percentage of this color, any percentage I want, because I turned it into a swatch.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, did everyone finish the quiz? Anyone still working on it? Yeah, no one should be working on it, right? We're done. Awesome. That's it for today then. So for Thursday, like what day is it? For Thursday, we are going to look at the refinements. We're going to try to work on our hierarchy of our airport code. We're going to make sure we're giving our logo enough space around it. We're not crowding it. We're letting it be the hero. And our airport codes are playing secondary. So we're going to see those refinements. We're going to look at our color palettes and our designs of our luggage tags. And you can do multiple versions as you're kind of figuring out what you want to do. Nothing's final for Thursday. Thursday is still a work day. We're going to have a couple lectures and we're going to start talking about project 2. Our final will be a week from today, and we'll do our final critique a week from today. Okay. So Thursday will be still an in progress refinement review of all things we talked about today. Any questions? All right, your readings and everything are up on Blackboard, and keep posting your work as you're doing it on Slack. Okay, and so post everything you've done before class on Slack on Thursday, and we'll look at it on Slack. Have a great one. Have a great week, everybody. Good to see you. Take
Thank
care.
you. Have a good one.
Good one.
Bye-bye.
Professor,
Yes.
so I was just wondering, yesterday I make the Google, no, the
OneDrive.
OneDrive, yeah,
Yes.
all the folders that you said.
Yes.
So can you just check it that you can see it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah. Let me take a look. 1 second here. I got too many windows open. Give me 1 second to find it. Go. Let's see. There you are. I see you. I see process book. I see images. Final artwork, notes, refinements, research, rough sketches. Excellent. You got it.
Thank you.
You got it, my dear.
And
You're all set.
okay, yeah.
And did you
so-
create your process book document? Oh yeah, there it is, your InDesign project.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yep, you got everything in there. And yes, what's your next question?
So for Thursday, what do you mean by we are making a color palettes?
Remember at the beginning, I showed you making a color palette on the Adobe Color?
Mhm.
And then you're putting it into your library?
Yep. So
Yep,
okay.
that.
Okay.
Yep.
And do we have to make variations of tags also, like with the different colors?
If you want to, I would recommend it. I'd recommend doing a couple at least.
Okay.
Playing with that a little. Have fun with it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Take care.